Hey guys, David Pingree here with RacerX Online. We've got another cool retro project today. Brent Rouse bought this bike, and it's got a pretty cool story behind it. Tell us a little bit about where you got this, how much you got it for, and what you guys did to get it looking like this.
Yeah, so I was traveling for the Outdoor National Series, and we stopped into a small town in Arkansas at a Honda dealership and went to buy something small, and the guy said, "Hey, can I help you?" And we said, "Not really," and said, "Oh, we're looking for any two-strokes in this area if you have one." He goes, "Oh, I have one. It's blown up." We said, "How much you want?" Right off the bat, guy said $600. We said, "Sold." Didn't even have to look at it. It was locked up. Just in California, we know that price, $600 for $2,000. You're not going to come by it. So grabbed it real fast. It was locked up. It wasn't in the best condition. So we had to put a lot of work into it. So let's just jump right into it and just say what we did here. So we started out from the top down. We went with Mika handlebars. They're a personal sponsor of mine for racing. They gave me bars, grips, bar clamps, and a chain. And then coming back down, we had a moto seat cover, moto tape, grip tape, all new plastics from UFO. The ones that were out there in that East Coast heat was just getting fried. They weren't even red anymore. So I went with an all-white look. That's just my thing. So UFO gave us a whole thing of plastics. I hit up my graphic company, Magic. They came up with this design with the help of Jay Clark. I think it turned out good. It kept with the white on the bike. So we had KE3. They are a vapor blasting, vapor honing company in the Midwest. They vapor blasted everything on this bike. The frame, the motor, I mean everything, because I like the way that looks. I'm not a big powder coating guy. I kind of like that raw metal look, and it's easier to clean. So we stripped the color off the forks to give that metal gray look to the bike and keep that white and gray kind of theme. So moving into that, after the motor was vapor blasted, we turned around and had it cryo heat treated through a company called Cryo Heat. And what that does is it's supposed to strengthen the metal and reduce friction and heat in the bike. And then he turns around and micro polishes it. So it's supposed to give a longer wear life to the motor and less friction, less heat buildup, and rev faster, quicker, longer, and more horsepower. You rode the bike. I don't know if you noticed that. I haven't rode it yet, but I'm sure it's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, and on the track, this thing, it's hard for me to say whether or not those things made a difference. I haven't ridden a stock 2000 bike in a while, but I do remember from those old days, I raced 98 Hondas, and they vibrated like crazy. And you guys addressed some of that vibration here. It still vibrates a little bit, but they took and filled the frame with foam, and you guys did a couple other things?
Yeah, we put like an injection spray foam into it, and that's supposed to reduce some of the vibration before it gets to your bars. The cryo heating and micro polishing was supposed to reduce some of that friction that are in the gears to help trying to drop some of that vibration, because when I talked to the guys at Honda during the Nationals, they said this is one of the worst bikes when it comes to vibration. So we tried our best. I mean, you had to hold on out there. So we did everything we could, and I hope it helped a little bit.
No, it does. And the cryo and all those treatments, those micro treatments, you're talking about just gaining little bits here and there. You know, that little bit less friction lets the motor spin up quicker, lets it produce a little more horsepower. So it does make a difference. And the great thing is, cleans up shifting, cleans up reliability, because now you've got less metal rubbing together, just a better fit between all the gears and things like that. On the track, though, definitely a two-stroke. You know, you got to get this thing up into a certain RPM range before to leave a move. But once it goes, this thing took off. It was pretty fun. And I did find the power band to be pretty narrow on this guy. Like, you over-revved it all, and it just went flat. And if you didn't use the clutch, it basically wouldn't go out of a turn. So there's our little sweet spot in the middle. It made me really appreciate all those factory guys riding these bikes back in those days, because they made them move.
Yeah,
but
us young kids, we don't know about that. It's all four strokes, and I've never ridden one of these, so it's going to be a shock for me, I guess, coming from a 450 to this. It's going to be slow, and it's like you said, the power band it's not going to be there forever. You know, a 450 just seems to pull forever. So
yeah, well, the fun part about it is they do have a really nice fun fit. Like it almost feels shrunken down a little bit from a modern bike, which is great for a guy like me. But it turns really well. You're able to get into turns and feel like you're sunk down into the bike, instead of like you're sitting on top of it and it's going to wash out from underneath you, which some of those new bikes can feel like. But everything about this was great. Foot pegs were really good traction on the tires, the brakes worked well. So some of those things that you get worried about on an older bike, you guys got them all cleaned up, and new cables, the new parts that you kind of worry about on an older machine, the whole bottom end, all that stuff. So you guys did an awesome job. It was a blast to ride.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies that were involved in that. Wrench Rabbit with the whole motor kit, Galfler with the brakes and lines, All Balls with bearings, Pivot Works with bearings. All Balls also has the lines, like you said, throttle lines and all that. So lots of companies are involved, IMS foot pegs, IMS shifters, Boysen with the reeds and the covers. So lots of companies that add into it. And like you said, each little thing makes a fraction of a difference, but you put a lot of it together and it does make a big difference in the end. So we hope that all these companies that were involved are happy with the product. I hope that Jay Clark, Simon and yourself are all happy with what we produce for you guys. It's an opportunity for us to be here to do this stuff for you, and we thank you guys for that.
It was a lot of fun to ride, thanks to Super Sprox, Works Connection, all the companies involved. Really cool build. Fun bike to ride. Thank you to the Rouse family for putting the time into making this thing go. And I want one more shout out to the suspension company because the stuff worked really well.
Yeah, so this is actually my personal company that I race outdoor nationals with. It's MX Tech. They're out of the Midwest as well. This is more of like a B+ kit. It's like A kit internals in the outer things. The back shock actually has 4 adjustments, 3 in the top, 1 on the bottom, so you had an extra adjustment there. And you've probably seen this on the Stank Dog's bike. He runs the MX Tech, so if it works for his 2-stroke, it should work for my 2-stroke. So yeah, they put in overtime on this, and they came up with the best thing they could for a 2000. So I haven't ridden it. It looked good for you. It was a vet track, but I think you'd like it.
Yeah, it was super balanced, which is always my big thing, is just to make sure it's not a high or low in the rear or front. And it was super balanced, and I could jump it and feel comfortable. Nothing was weird. Not a lot of bumps out here yet today, but yeah, I think you're going to enjoy it. Those guys did a nice job. So thank you to everyone involved. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next garage build.